Speaking of sports, they gave what's his name 5 days for going into the stands to protect his wife.
But his wife, and I said this before even reading the fucking thing. I know his wife started the fucking thing.
All right.
I can't imagine. First of all, okay, he's in Chicago, an obscure, let's face it, obscure-ass Antonio 47-year-old Davis, right? Just a role play on the Knicks. Now, he's in Chicago. What fucking guy go, oh, shit, I see a black woman and some kids. You know what? That's probably Antonio Davis' wife. I'm going to fuck with her. No. Yeah. He was booing. He was going, Antonio Davis sucks. You suck when you was here, you big Buddha. And she goes, that's my motherfucking husband. Suck my dick. And that's his children. And up in his fucking face. This is why, like, again, you think I don't like women? I love them, and this is why I'm hard. My girl asked me the same goofy shit last night. Would you come into the stands and that? No. Fucking no. Because I know you got a big mouth, and what guy just says, you're Patrice's fucking girl, you fucking... She's gonna be protective of people saying her husband stinks, and that's what happened. But, you know, he should have stayed and stop being in love so much, motherfuckers.
This is... We've touched on this subject in a different area. The movies. The movie theater, or any time you're out. If your chick starts shit with someone, and you're looking like, oh boy,
you know whose fault that is?
You gotta step in.
You know whose fault that is?
Who?
Yours.
Why?
You gotta learn how to raise your girlfriends better.
You're just gonna let your chick get maybe slapped?
No.
Or something?
My girl closes her fucking mouth, because every time I see somebody behave in a certain way, like point at a girl, I go, sweetie, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. If I step back, this particular man that you think you're entitled to talk to in a certain way will punch you through a fucking wall. You can't beat him up. Yeah. So if you can't beat him up, shut your mouth. Shut up. Don't ever come out of pocket with some fucking guy.
But just being a human being, you've never had that happen. I talked about this a while ago. I was in a Brooklyn movie theater. A whole row of Puerto Ricans were in there. Whole family. I mean, from grandpa down to the whining little fucking just out of the womb, already pierced ears fucking little Puerto Rican kid.
Who's already talking at the movies?
Oh, already yapping at the movies. And a woman who just wouldn't shut the fuck up about... It was Mission Impossible 2. Tom Cruise is on the screen.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, Tom Cruise. What I would do to him. Let me tell... And we're like right there, right next to him. You reach a point as a human where your sense goes out of your head. Now, I hadn't reached that point yet because I know I'm scoping the scene out. I'm scoping it, so I'm beyond just the woman yelling. I'm looking at the whole row going, they are all together. There are men in there, probably with knives. I'm not fucking with this. My girlfriend turns around, and she had reached the point beyond, excuse me, could you be quiet? Hey, we're watching a movie. Now, she went right up to, hey, could you shut the fuck up? And the girl goes, oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Anthony, see, this is, just keep your story, just keep it in your head.
Yeah.
Immediately, that's your girl's fucking fault. No way she should open her fucking mouth.
But I'm like...
a family of Puerto Ricans.
I'm like Bush with Iraq. I can't just leave.
No, you can't leave.
I can't just pull out my forces.
She put you in a bad spot.
I don't deny that. I don't deny her. The Puerto Rican's boyfriend turned around to me and then went, oh, you put her in battle mode. I'm like, oh, shit, she's in battle mode. My chick, you know, she's not going to fight this Puerto Rican woman. And the family now is turning around. And I'll smack that smile off your fucking face, motherfucker. That's what it turned into. And brave me had to get up, find the usher, and find another theater the movie was playing in.
Yes, you did.
I had to flee the situation.
You did the intelligent
Thank you, Patrice.
You wasn't a pussy, and as you
I was the biggest pussy ever.
You wasn't a pussy. That was the smartest thing you could have ever did. First of all, you should have just sat down and deconstructed your girl's mentality for saying that. Now you go, okay, you said shut the fuck up, sweetie. What was the next thing you was thinking?
All right, let's take this step by step.
What was the next thing that was going through your mind when you told a volatile Puerto Rican girl who's speaking at an inanimate object to shut the fuck up? Okay, now what was you thinking after that? What was the next step?
Next step is...
Exactly. I was thinking that she was going to shut the fuck up. Is that what you was fucking thinking? That's entitlement. And it's white girl entitlement. That shit is just like it's just like when you walk down the street and a white woman will not move to the left or the right. She stays straight a fucking head because this is her streets.
You see that?
She feels protected all the time.
Yeah.
I got to do this while she just walks straight ahead. Now, it's not confrontation. There's a sense of protection that white women have. And women in general have this protection feel.
I don't think that's a white thing.
Because that happens to me all the time.
In my neighborhood, that happens all the time, too. And it's more of a money thing.
A black woman is not going to say, shut the fuck up. She thought of the second thing before shut the fuck up came out because she was ready to deal with the fuck up. Your girl goes, will you shut the fuck up, please? Thank you. What? Bitch, do you realize your fists or your nails got to be out when you say shut the fuck up to a Puerto Rican girl?
Nails.
She should have been standing.
Right.
Like, fucking with the
nails ready to go.
Shit.
Right.
To scratch her face when she said shut the fuck up. That is your fault, Anthony. You have to... You got to condition her to never do that.
After that situation, rules were instilled that shan't happen again.
Well, that's happened to most of us, man.
Most guys.
Will you please shut the fuck up is never, ever going to shut somebody the fuck. That is intimidation. That's like your girl should have been ready to
It's calling someone out for a fight.
It's calling somebody out. I mean, and it's almost like she put... Your girl, this is your girl's fucking fault. She put everybody in a bad position. I'm going to tell you what she did. She put you in a bad spot. Then she put the girl's boyfriend in a bad spot because he knows, hey, you know what? I like stabbing motherfuckers to death, but I don't dislike you, dude, but you know I'm going to have to fuck you up.
Right.
And then it puts the girl who's talking in a bad spot because she cannot let a white woman say shut the fuck up and not go, I know you didn't, and if she had just did what her job is to be a demure white girl, which is to go, excuse me, I can't enjoy this movie.
Pardon. You know whose ultimate fault it is? I understand the repercussions
Tom Cruise.
for being so delicious. You know whose fault it is, though? That fucking bitch. She should have shut the fuck up.
Fair enough. Fair enough, but that's not your training.
Right. Now, I thought, like you said, the second it happened, I'm thinking 5 steps ahead.
Right.
Like, where is this going? I went into, like, defensive mode.
You should have.
I'm trying to figure out what's happening. And all I could figure is, if she lunges at my girl, I'm going to have to get in between. Because now that's my job. And if I even look like I'm injuring this guy's girl trying to keep her off of my girl, he then is going to stick a knife in my side.
But that's where you plead to him. See, this is...
But you can't do it during a physical dispute. There's no pleading. It happens like that.
This is where pimping is dying. You go and plead in pimp style to this guy while his girls talk. I always disregard a woman in these situations. I look.
It's your own shit.
This one girl, I was at a show and she was like, "You suck. You ain't funny. Why?" And I'm looking at her man like, I'm like, "Sweetie, hold on a second, dude. Now." I explained to the crowd, this is
You're
the type
appealing
of shit,
to the gentleman?
I said, this is the type of shit that get good motherfuckers in fights. Now, if I cannot tell his girl, shut the fuck up. Now, I'm about 6'4", 300-something pounds. She can't beat me up. The thing that she's doing is because I'm letting her do it. You understand what I'm saying? Girls do what you let them do when they're la-ba-ba-ba-ba. So I go, dude, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you to shut your fucking mouth, right? And then your man's going to have to protect your honor by fucking with me. Now, we two good motherfuckers sitting here getting ready to fight because you are an out-of-control bitch. And I had to tell this guy, listen,
making a great point,
you have to raise your bitch correctly.
You put it on the guy.
Always.
All of a sudden, now that guy's thinking, he was thinking, this motherfucker fucks with my bitch, I'm going to fuck him up. You turned it around to where if he fucks with you, it's now his fault for not keeping his
bitch in control.
Wow.
Let's go to Jim in Brooklyn. What's up, Jim?
Yo, what's happening, guys?
Hey.
A similar situation happened to me about 8 years ago. My wife was pregnant with our first kid. We walk into a small movie theater in the Heights here in Brooklyn. And you know how women get it. She was irritable. So we're sitting down listening to the movie. And all of a sudden, two young African-American girls were sitting in the theater. they start talking and yapping away, right? All right, so my wife is getting a little restless, and you know, and I felt the same way, but what am I going to do with two girls? So all of a sudden, like halfway during the movie theater, these girls were talking the whole time. My wife just turns around and like a spit coming out of her mouth, shut the fuck up. And then the two girls, like, no, she didn't. And then I'm saying to myself, oh, shit, here we go. I mean, what am I going to do? We'll fight two girls? So when we leave the theater after the movie, the two girls are standing outside waiting to beat up my wife. She's 8 months pregnant.
Oh, man. Yeah, you don't want the after the theater fight.
No. But, you know, but in terms of the situation being the way it was, what was I going to do? I had to jump in between if these two girls were going to grapple my wife. There's no way I was going to let them grab her and try to knock her on the floor. But it was one of the funniest situations. But like Anthony was saying before, you just slump down in your seat and you turn around. I turned around to my wife and I said, please.
First of all, this one thing that I do have to say, I guess I'm being from Boston. There's certain major cities where you do get white training. If you live in Manhattan, you get white training. Boston, Philadelphia. There's some white training going on where you deal with white people. There's some places if you're black, you don't understand passive aggression. Passive aggression is one of those weird things that, you know, I'm sure before your girl and I'm sure before this guy's pregnant wife went to go shut the fuck up, it was turning around, looking, passive aggression, kind of. Yeah. You control yourself now, kind of.
Right.
And that also makes fucking like black girls very angry. Is that? And so they get louder. I bet you if you think about what happened, they got louder and louder as your girl's frustration, because they knew that what the fuck she's doing.
Well, there was other passive aggressiveness going on.
A lot of passive, and they get loud like, what you think, you're white huffing? Gonna stop me? Motherfucker, my house ain't fell down yet. You can huff and puff all you want, motherfucker. and it's like you just gotta go, yo.
All right, listen.
You don't have any of your girl got big mouth stories?
Well, we were in Philly once, driving on, what's that, South Street or whatever it's called, and we're behind some really tough-looking motorcycle dudes, and they weren't going fast enough. You know how that road goes nice and slow?
Yeah.
And we're missing lights and stuff because they're going slow and starting up their bikes. They're out for a little joyride and just kind of taking in the scenery. So we're behind the motorcycles, and she reaches over from the passenger seat and decides to start beeping the horn to make them go faster.
Oh, no.
So I can relate to everything you just said.
What did you
Reach over
say?
because I'm like, are you kidding
crazy?
me? They're not going to beat you up. First of all, now they think I'm beeping because I'm behind the wheel, you know? I'm like, you're putting me in a bad situation here.
And you're not a pussy.
I'm not.
For completely getting as tough as you should be with the bikers as with her.
Right.
Like, are you out of your goddamn mind for doing that?
Yeah, because at that point, just like you said, you know, the next thing is, well, what happens next? They get pissed off. They're going to go to the passenger window because they think you're doing it.
And you're not going to go, that was this bitch that beat me.
Right.
I would.
No.
I'm like, this bitch beat the horn.
No, they're going to get right up in my grill.
And you know what would happen if you do that? If more men stop thinking this chivalry shit and go, this bitch reaching over and beat the horn, dude. You know what he would go? My bitch is goofy like that, too.
Yeah, it would just
and walk away.
Goofy.
This stupid bitch beat the fucking horn.
Let's go to Massachusetts. Chris, what's up?
I'm just kind of sick and tired of hearing Patrice use the entitlement excuse every time he talks about women.
Yeah. See, this is an empathizer, sympathizer. You're the reason why life is fucked up for men right now, goofball motherfucker. You gotta learn. When I say entitlement, it's a thing that makes you think that there's a magical force around you that can protect you from different situations, that makes you behave irrational. Guys don't do that. Like, you would never, like, okay, right now you're talking to me over the phone, but if you was sitting next to me on the train or something like that, and you was with your wife would say something before you did. You know why? Because she has this protective thing around her. You wouldn't talk because we're both men, and it's possible somebody could get choked. And I'm saying you could choke me, I'm just whatever. We can fuck each other up. That's why we don't come out of our mouth to each other. Now, the superior physical person in this situation, which is the man, why don't we come out of our mouth to each other? Why don't we curse each other? Why don't I look at you and go, what the fuck? Yo, dude, why don't you shut the fuck up? You know why? Because we are in charge of physicality. Women aren't. They go, why don't you? I'm going to beat the horn because he's not going fast enough in my fucking world. This is what I mean by entitlement, dude. It's frustrating. You got to understand, you haven't raised as many women as I have. You're not a father.
Daddy Patrice.
Yeah, you're not a good daddy. I'm trying to tell you, man. You got to get that off your mind.
Huh?
You act like the black Dr. Phil.
Well, hey, don't get mad.
I like that.
You enjoy Dr. Phil. Why enjoy the black one, motherfucking shit?
Hey, I like Patrice's, view on the world.
Is he more qualified than I am? He just got a couple of papers. I'm too lazy to go to school and actually get validated. But the word entitlement, I might run it in the ground. I'm not fucking Captain Dictionary. That's the word I use, and that's the word that I embrace. Entitlement, man. You got to understand that it's your fault, and guys like your faults for us being in spots where you can get beat up by a biker, stabbed by a family of Puerto Ricans, smacked in the face by some dudes. You got to tell your girl, look, if you're not going to fight, if you can't fight, if you're not going to whoop this guy's ass in your own mind, in your own credit, shut your mouth. Shut up.